It's Adam here with Dating Destruction, and let me know if you've had this experience before when you guys are going out and talking to chicks. That is, you might be going out, you're taking massive action. Maybe you're out for a few hours, and you just keep banging the guns, so to speak. And what I experienced, and again, let me know if you've had this happen to you, but you start kind of maybe getting into sort of a feeling that what you're saying isn't going to work. Maybe you're saying the same thing and you start to lose the passion, or it's almost like you're just going through the motions in a way. And then what you're saying, you almost feel like it's not good enough, or maybe you lose confidence that it's going to work because you've approached so many people and maybe nothing's really hooking or clicking. So then you start going into your approaches and you're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe you're not really confident in what you're saying. You maybe even go up and you sort of hesitate. Maybe you even stand there for a second before you even say anything, wondering what to say. And I experienced that the other day, but what was good about this is that even though maybe that's what was going on, I still continued to take action. Although when I assess my session, I could have taken more action than I took. There were still opportunities that I could have taken. There were still sets that I could have opened, but sometimes you're on, sometimes you're off. But the more you can push yourself in those times when you don't feel at your best, there's a lot of growth to be had. And that's something sometimes I forget to remind myself of this, that when it's hard, when it's challenging, that is an opportunity for massive amounts of growth. If you can push yourself in those moments just a little bit more or a lot more, you can improve so much faster than when things are going easy. That's the way I like to look at it. Because then when you feel on, you've already pushed yourself in at times when it wasn't easy. So if you can do it when it's hard, it's going to be that much easier when you're feeling good. But what I learned from this is that even though maybe I start questioning myself about the perfect thing to say or what I'm saying, maybe I just go up, hey, I like your look. Well, let's say, first of all, to finish one idea, if I just go up and I decide that that's what I'm going to say in the moment, commit to it 100%. Don't half-ass it. Fully commit. If I'm going to walk up and I'm going to say, hey, I like your look, don't question it, don't overthink it, just go up and 100% commit, punch through the wall. Don't hesitate. Go up and commit. Be 100% confident. Be 100% committed. Own it. Whatever you're going to say, own it to the fullest. Square up with the girl. Fully commit. Take a man's rejection, if that's the case. But don't hesitate. I think that you're not going to connect with every single person that you talk to. That's not reality. So that being said, you might be questioning what you're saying, but it's not necessarily that what you're saying is the problem. It's just that you just don't connect with that person. And you should also be looking at that person and assessing them as well as somebody, whether you connect with them or not also. You're almost looking at them like you're the buyer. It's not about selling yourself or going up to someone and thinking, please like me. Please, do you like me? Do you like me? No, you're going up and you're assessing them also. It goes both ways. The thing is with men is that we're easily turned on. But then you have to start taking on a mindset where you're assessing, do I actually get along with this person? What is this person about? What's their character like? What kind of person do I want to meet? What kind of person am I looking to be friends with? Am I looking to have a relationship with? That might be a good exercise to do, is sit down and think about the type of people that you want in your life. What kind of person do you want to be? Be the friend that you would like to have. Be the type of partner that you would like to have. Right? And then start assessing and visualizing that type of person that you would like to have in your life. Be somebody with standards. Be somebody that is proactive about the kind of life that they want to have, meaning the kind of people that they want to have in their life, the kind of finances that you want to have for yourself, looking at all aspects of your life. Visualizing that and in extreme detail. So then when you're going out, you're not easily swayed by somebody's good looks. You go up and you're like, all right, I like what I see, but what else is there going on here? Do I really get along with this person? And you truly mean it. It's not just a technique, but you're really assessing the people that you're talking to. And yeah, you're being judgmental in a sense, because it's not necessarily a negative thing, but you are, you can have fun with everyone. You can appreciate, or at least it's a good way to be, is to be able to appreciate things in all people. But then when it comes to having people that you would consider a close friend, or somebody that you would want to have as a possible sexual partner, you want to be careful about that. You want to be critical about the types of people that you're allowing into your circle, because there's that saying, you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most. So the people you have around you influences you. And if you got people around you that aren't good to you, that are trying to bring you down, that aren't trying to lift you up, and if you're that kind of person as well, again, because you attract what you are, not what you want, as some would say, then you want to start yourself as well, working on your character, working on trying to be the type of person that you want to have in your own life. So that being said, as I started this off, I guess I kind of got a little sidetracked, but I went out the other day and it was a Monday, so it was kind of slow. But as I'm going up to talk to people, I'm sort of questioning my opener. I'm kind of questioning, because I'm going through the motions, and maybe I'm not really, nothing's really going anywhere with anyone. I start thinking, is it what I'm saying? Maybe what I'm saying isn't good enough. Now I'm kind of questioning myself. I'm not really confident in myself. I'm going up and I'm not too certain in what I'm doing. And people maybe can sense that. So ultimately, what I learned from that is just going up and owning it 100%, whatever it is. Even if you're not 100% certain, just commit to it. Punch through the wall, as they say. Fully commit. Practice being confident even when you might not feel confident. And just keep taking action in those moments when it's challenging, in those moments when it's difficult. Like, even though, because that was also going through my mind too, was it's late, I got out, it was 9:00, it's a Monday. The day before that, I was out for 6 hours, had like a great day game session where I just was approaching the entire time. The time just flew by. I didn't even eat anything the whole time. Having so much fun, just running around, conversating, having a great time, pushing myself, throwing myself into interactions where it was exciting, gets the blood flowing, gets the juices going, gets that adrenaline going. So much fun. Then it's the next day, and maybe I feel a little tired. I worked all day. I come out, and it's a windy day in the city. There doesn't seem to be many people out. My mind starts making all these excuses. It's not that busy. You already put in enough work yesterday. There's no hot girls out. There's no one that interests me. But if you take action and you get yourself into some interactions, even if you're not fully interested in the people you're speaking to, perhaps maybe find something that does intrigue you. Talk to someone that does intrigue you. Maybe from a distance, they look like someone that you might want to go and start a conversation with. Go up and start the conversation. Calibrate after the fact. And even then, you can still practice flirting. You can still practice banter. You can still practice conversating and adding value to that person's life. You can practice being entertaining, not in a dancing monkey type of way, but in a way where you are just enjoying expressing yourself and being free-flowing and being uninhibited, putting your personality out there, self-amusing, learning how to entertain yourself and have fun without needing someone else to entertain you, without needing to go watch TV or do something where you put the responsibility on somebody else to make me laugh, make me have a good time. I'm bored. No, you're that person. You create the good time. You create the energy. You learn to project your energy and cultivate that from within. So then you take the opportunities that are around, that are available to you wherever you're at. Maybe you're in a small city. Maybe like me, it's a Monday night. There doesn't seem to be a lot of people out. Again, I'm tired. Maybe I got to work tomorrow. I'm trying to focus on other responsibilities and handle all aspects of my life. So perhaps I don't want to commit to another 6-hour session, which, for me is not realistic to be able to do that every single day, because I'm prioritizing other things too. Other areas are also important for you. Right? But even then, when you're out, I'm out. Maybe I'm putting in an hour. Maybe I'm putting in 2 hours. Maybe I'm only putting in 30 minutes. But I may as well go up and talk to people that are available for me to go talk to in the environment. There's also no excuses. There's some bar open. There's a bar open. There's people out. There's many people. Your mind's going to tell you, they're not good enough. They're not hot enough. They're across the street. I don't want to exert the effort. I know I could talk to them, so what's the point? No, that is the point. The point is that your mind's trying to tell you to not take action, or it's coming up with all these excuses, rationalizations, And that's the skill also, is that can you make yourself do it even though your mind's rationalizing, even though you're making up all these excuses, you do it anyways. That is the skill. That's also part of the skill in this pursuit. When you're looking to build your social skills and get better with women, and when you're focusing on game. Part of game is going up and being able to make the attempt. Even when you don't feel like it, even when there's maybe not a ton of options out at the moment, even though there was bars open. I could have gone to a bar. I could have gone to a club that was open on a Monday night. There's no excuses. Right? If that's what I was choosing to do in that moment. So even though if I was to assess my session and think about what did I do well, what could I have done better, I mean, the fact that I got out there is a win. You got to focus on the wins, no matter how small. You got to give yourself credit. So the fact that I got out there was a win for me. Even though I was tired, I still went out. Even though at other times I didn't really want to go do the approach, there was a couple people across the street, I went up and I approached anyways. I did that. That's a win. But then there was other times when there was a group across the street that I could have gone and approached, but I let myself off the hook. Oh, you don't need to do it. I don't want to exert the effort. You need to exert effort in this. That means you need to go run up on somebody, maybe that is down the street, and you run and go make the attempt. That's what this takes. And then when you go do that, again, let me know if you've experienced this, but your mind's going to say, but then you're going to look needy. It's not the optimal approach. Well, you could not do it and then you have no chance, or you do it. And even though it might look needy, which again, that's in your head, you don't know what the other person's experiencing necessarily. And you don't know what could come out of it. So go up and make the attempt anyways. Again, your mind's going to tell you, oh, it's needy, don't do it. Whatever other rationalization and excuse might come up in your mind. I need to go to bed. Oh, I don't look good. My clothing, my finances, everything that you don't have control over in the moment. Your mind's going to come up with all these things. You have every excuse to not do it. It's not optimal. Statistically, it's not going to work out. There's no point. No, the point is that you do it, even though there is no point. Even though statistically, it's not going to work out. Like in Star Wars, whatever the guy's name is, they're driving in the ship and they're going through an asteroid field. And the robot's like, oh, statistically, to make it through this asteroid field, you're not going to make it. And he goes, never tell me the odds. Never tell me the odds. You go and you do it anyways. The point is that there is no point. And then you go do it. That's the point. The reward is the fact that you did it. The reward is that now you've built character, where you've built self-control, where you went up and you exercised courage, emotional strength, and you're developing a work ethic that can be not only applied to your dating life, but all areas of your life. You're building social skills. You get another rep. You get another opportunity to practice socializing with someone. Again, you're getting those reps in so that when there is an opportunity that does matter to you, it's more likely to work for you because you've gotten the at-bats, as they may say. You've stepped up to the plate enough times so that when that opportunity comes that is meaningful to you, you knock it out of the park, or at least you're more likely to knock it out of the park. That's the point. People that succeed, people that achieve their goals, people that get the things that they want in life, they put in the work. If you don't have what you want, it's either because you just haven't put in the requisite amount of time or because you're not working hard enough. I embrace that. I accept that. If I don't have what I want in life, it's my fault. It's because I haven't put in enough work. It's because I haven't put in enough time, or I haven't done everything that could possibly get me the results that I'm looking to get. I don't make excuses. I embrace that. And I'm happy for the other people that are living the life that they want, because they've obviously done the things necessary to acquire the things that they have. And the cool thing is that you can do it too. But you don't get to just have whatever you want in life. You need to work for it. You need to make the effort. You need to make the attempt. If you want the girlfriend of your dreams, or you want a girl that would be meaningful for you to have in your life, you got to go approach those girls that are meaningful to you. You got to make the attempt. This is a social skill, so it also means you got to get out there and socialize all the time, as much as you can. Now, you can build a high-level skill. It doesn't mean you have to be like always socializing, and it's not realistic. You got a job, you got to make money. You want to work on other areas of your life too that are meaningful, that you're passionate about, and you should have those for yourself too. Going to the gym, working on your body, challenging yourself in other ways as well. Socializing is just one aspect. But again, if you want to take this to a high level, if you want to take this and treat it like a profession, then you want to be putting in the time, and you want to be making sure that you're getting out there on a regular basis. And then you can cultivate this skill like anybody else. And you can have any way you want to structure your relationships or your dating life or your sex life, you can cultivate that for yourself as well, if that's what you're looking to do. But then I guess you have to also decide what kind of life is it that you're looking to have. That's when you bring it back to visualizing the type of people you want in your life, visualizing the type of life what you want to have, and in extreme detail, and then working towards that life and figuring out what are the actions that you need to take to accomplish those kinds of goals for yourself. So what are some ways, I guess I've already stated, like some ways, some solutions as to when maybe you're feeling like you're just going through the motions and what you're saying maybe isn't working. You start questioning yourself. Just follow through 100%. Maybe for that day, you say the same thing again and again, but you commit 100% and you're confident with it and you punch through the wall, right? That's one thing that you could do. Another thing you could do is be dynamic, be creative. If you notice that you're getting in some monotonous routine or habit of saying the same thing, you don't really think it's working, try an indirect approach. Try direct. If you're going indirect, try some direct. Be dynamic. Try to say something that comes to your mind with every single person you talk to, so that it doesn't seem scripted. Practice being dynamic, practice being creative, and just saying something specific to each person that you're talking to. Try to identify some unique qualities or characteristics about the person you're talking to, each person you're talking to. If you feel like you're kind of getting into a habit and you're not really feeling it yourself when you're going in to your set. But again, you're looking at this as a long-term pursuit. You're not looking for quick results. You're not looking for someone to just give you a quick fix to things. That doesn't exist. You need to you need to put yourself through the fire. Not only do you need to put yourself through the fire, you need to go through the same process as anybody else. Now, learning from others can speed up that process. Studying, the things you're doing outside of game can help you in your game as well when it comes to meeting people and socializing. Again, this is only one aspect of your life. There's many other fulfilling things that you can do in your life other than just going and talking to women, although that is a fun and fulfilling aspect of life as well, and a way to be a healthy human being. by having a good social life, having good friends around you, having good relationships with family, and having loved ones and people you can have fun with and depend upon and work with, whether it's in your business relationships, family relationships, friendships. All of these things are good to have. But then it's also good to challenge yourself, do hard things that are physical. Push yourself physically, push yourself mentally, push yourself in all aspects of your life. And you can only be good at so many things. So this might not be your main pursuit. This might not be something that you really want to focus a lot of time in. But if you do want to focus your time on this, and this is something that that you're passionate about, like me, I went out for like 6 hours and it was like nothing to me because I love this and it's so fun for me. But maybe that's something else for you. You can only be good at so many things, and depending on how far you want to take this endeavor and whether or not this is something that you're passionate about, meeting women, building social skills, then you're going to have to dedicate a lot of time to it. There's no getting around that. But if you are passionate about it, then it's going to be something that you enjoy, and it's not going to feel like you're putting in a lot of time unless you are just looking to get the end result. Like, of course you want to get results. You want to meet someone that you're interested in. Of course. But there's a process involved in doing that. There's a skill involved in doing that. That means you have to be able to handle social pressure. That means you have to be able to go into sets, they call it. Meaning when you see those opportunities, when you see girls that you're interested in, you go up and speak to them, whether or not they're in groups, or basically, if you can do it under any circumstances, then you are capitalizing on those opportunities. You're filling your funnel. You're giving yourself more of a chance of connecting with the types of people that you want to connect with. You are not able to skip the process, though, but the thing is that you can still accelerate your learning by not trying to figure it out all on your own. As well, in socializing and social skills, in life in general, because it's basically life. It's not this thing that you're going to do for a little while, never do it again. You will always be socializing. So that being said, it should add to your life. It enhances your life. But like I said, then of course you want to fill your own cup. You want to take responsibility for your own happiness. And there's other aspects of life that are also fulfilling, whether it's getting out into nature, hanging out with friends, as I said, hanging out with your family, or maybe you're going to the gym, or you have other hobbies and interests as well. There's layers to you. You're not this one-dimensional creature. But then, of course, the more you do something, the better you're going to get at it. And if you are passionate about this, and this is something that you want to dedicate a bunch of your time to, this is a skill set, and it is something that is rewarding, and you are cultivating a real skill that can help you in all aspects of your life. Now, if you're neglecting your finances and you're neglecting other areas of your life, thinking that just going and sleeping with a bunch of women is going to make you happy, well, it's not. Your life is going to stay the same, basically. If you focus on social skills, you'll get good at social skills. But it's not going to make you money. You have to do things to proactively make money. It's not going to build your muscles. You have to proactively go and work out to build your muscles and be eating the right foods. But I think what I was getting at as well is to say that whatever you're passionate about, run with it. It might not be this. But whatever it is, you're going to have to dedicate a large chunk of your time and be obsessed with it to get good at it. All the greats, if you look at different athletes or people that excelled in different fields, they were obsessed. They were passionate about what they did. And if you have the passion, if you have the drive, then run with it. Because this endeavor can also inspire you to live your life better. It can help you maybe to cut out bad habits for yourself. Because depending on how successful you want to be in this area, then you're going to want to optimize in all aspects of your life. You might want to be eating good foods because you're going to want to fuel your brain. You're going to want to be getting quality sleep. You're going to want to make money for yourself. You're going to want to be successful in other areas because it's going to then help you to be more successful in your social life as well. It is said that there's 3 main aspects of your life that if you're neglecting one of these areas, it's going to affect you in the negative in one of these other 3 areas, and that's your relationships, your health, and your wealth. You want to be focusing on all 3 of these areas. If you want to take this professionally, if you want to take this to the highest levels. If you want to accelerate your learning and get the best results for yourself, then you're going to want to optimize in all aspects of your life. Because by doing so, you're filling your own cup. You're able to sustain this behavior. That means learning how to schedule your days, scheduling your weeks, planning, time management. All of these are useful skills so that you can sustain your actions, have a process, have habits, have routines that you can continue on indefinitely. That's how you're going to get better at this. It's not about one burst of action every now and again. It's about, even if you could just maintain a steady amount of output and a steady amount of energy that you exert on a regular basis, but you're able to sustain that over a long period of time, that's going to get you way further in this than every now and again you get out there and you put in a burst of action. Track your results. Track what you're doing on a daily basis. Track what you're doing on a weekly basis. And as well, action is king. If you're getting out there and taking massive action, that's what this takes. At a fundamental level, you got to be getting out there and approaching lots of women. Going out to the bars, going out to the clubs, going out to places where there's lots of people and you can get mass amounts of repetitions in on a regular basis. That's going to get you better. But not just doing that, because of course, if you do the same thing again and again and think that you're going to get different results, well then you're not going to get different results. I'm pretty sure that was something that Albert Einstein said, or I could be wrong, but could have been somebody else. But basically, if you keep taking the same action thinking that you're going to get different results, that's the definition of insanity. So what you do is you go out, you take massive amounts of action, then you collaborate with people like myself watching these videos. Maybe you film yourself analyzing footage. You're talking with your friends, you're bouncing ideas off of people. You're getting help, you're getting coaches, you're getting mentors maybe that are also getting results in this area, that have already been on the journey for like a decade plus, like myself, who can then give you insights and help you to navigate things so that you're not having to figure it out all on your own. But realize that we're all just people. The only difference between you or myself or anybody else in this industry or that's good with women or good at anything is that they've just put in more time. And they most likely too, the guys at the highest level have gotten mentors themselves. They've bounced ideas off other people. They've learned from other people. Doesn't matter what industry it is. You're learning from other people. That's why we progress as a society and as a people, is because we're building off of the results that other people have gotten before us. So it's not a bad thing to go and get help and to that's the smart thing, is to be able to get help from others and not think you have to do it all on your own. Let's collaborate. I'm no different than you. You're no different. I'm no different than anybody else that's at a higher level than me. The only difference is we've put in more work. We've put in more time. If you put in the same amount of work, same amount of time, in fact, you can take it further because you're not starting from the ground. You're starting off of where we've built off of and put in a decade or more of practice, and you're starting from that level of understanding of the wisdom that people like myself have learned over this time. And one of those things is get out there and take massive amounts of actions, learn massive amount of action, and learn to have self-trust. Learn to just get in there and not know the answers. You're not going to have all the answers. People can give you some ideas of what worked for them in their experience, but then at the end of the day, it's what can you perform under pressure? And then as well as when you don't have the answers, it's about persisting and doing the best you can with the knowledge that you have, learning to trust in yourself, learning to experiment, risk losing the set, being dynamic, and learning those characteristics and qualities that will last you a lifetime, like self-trust, like integrity, follow-through, persistence. These are the kinds of things that you're building that last you forever. It's not just the hookups, although that's something you're building as well. Connections with other people, good times, memories, even those aren't forever. Nothing is forever. But still, what is, in a way of looking at it, forever is the person you become, the qualities you're developing, your ability to walk up and not care about the opinions of others, but instead caring about your own opinion, caring about your own success, caring about achieving and having the things that are meaningful for you in your life, and not worrying about the opinions of others, and going up and making the attempt, even though maybe you don't know what to do, even though you don't know what to say, even though you might be embarrassed or shy or have anxiety. You go up and you do it anyways. And that's how you're going to have success. And then again, you're iterating your process. You're looking at, what did I do well? What could I have done better? And you're constantly trying to assess and learn from your experience. So yes, action is king. Yes, taking massive amounts of action alone and doing the same things theoretically isn't going to get you better, but taking massive amounts of action, being willing to experiment, being willing to learn from others, being willing to analyze what you're doing, maybe even taking a page out of the way that athletes train and filming yourself and trying to assess what you could have done better, looking at footage and persisting and not giving up and realizing that there's no guarantees in life. Be happy with the process. Be happy with all aspects of the process, meaning you have to go up and talk, you have to go up and approach, that is part of the process leading to a potential romantic relationship. So you need to be good at all parts of the process. This isn't just me flicking on porn and gratifying myself and getting quick gratification. This is a real skill set that is developed over time. And it's not something that you will just learn overnight. It is like anything else. You can take this to levels, to another level, like endlessly. There's no end to where you can take this. You will never master this game. You will never master this game. So what does that mean? Get out there, start getting your experience, start taking action, and stop looking for quick results and for a magic pill. It doesn't exist. However, there are ways of accelerating your learning, even though you're still going to have to go through the fire. You're still going to have to fail. You're still going to have to get out there and get rejected. But that's what fortifies you. That's what makes you stronger. That's what makes you get better at this game. Now, if you are struggling with this and you do feel like you're hopeless, or that this isn't for you, you can't do it, get help. Get coaches. There's no shame in that. I've had coaches, I've bought programs. I do that for all aspects of my life because I know the value in it. I've succeeded at a high level in different athletic endeavors. Social skills is no different. It's no different. Meaning people get coaches in all areas of life. Why not this? Which, if you're watching this video, you already see the value in that. And know the value. So if you want to invest in yourself and you want to take this to the highest levels, then reach out. Ask for help. Now, this is the thing. I'm offering free 30-minute phone calls, strategy calls to help you with your personal problems, challenges, sticking points. And I'm not going to charge you a thing. There is no loss. The only investment you're making is time, but I'm making that same investment. But I benefit because if I can help you, that just then helps me to get better at what I'm doing. So it's a win-win. Me being able to break things down and intellectualize it and communicate it to you so that you can then get results helps me just as much as it will help you. So get on a call. Act now. Don't delay. I'm not going to be doing these things for free forever. Take advantage of it. This is an opportunity, just the same as when you see that hot girl out there. That is an opportunity. Capitalize on this now. There is no loss. Everything is confidential. I'm not going to share your information. So hop on one of those calls. Hit me up at datingdestruction@gmail.com. As well, I do in-field trainings. So you can inquire about those too. Otherwise, like and subscribe the video. Join me on this journey. Leave a comment. And until next time, peace out, my friends.